Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross. A goddess, a mortal, and a love that defies fate. Summary. Imagine this. A goddess born in firelight, carrying messages between realms. A boy, broken and desperate, who once prayed to her in dreams. 10 years pass, his plea unanswered, his heart hardened. And yet, destiny is not so easily denied. What happens when a forgotten goddess stumbles through a mortal's window? What happens when love itself becomes more divine than the ruthless gods who rule the skies? Welcome to Wild Reverence by Rebecca Ross, a sweeping tale of gods and mortals, of blood-soaked rivalries and fragile hope, of secrets, sacrifices, and a love that dares to rewrite fate itself. Today, I'll take you inside this story, not just the plot, but its heartbeat. We'll walk with Matilda, the messenger goddess hiding a dangerous truth. We'll meet Vincent, the mortal boy who once begged her for help, now a hardened lord of the river. And we'll see what happens when destiny forces them together again. So settle in, because this is more than a summary. This is a story. The story begins in a world unlike ours, a realm where gods reign, not with kindness, but with violence. Here, alliances form quickly, but shatter even faster. Here, kinship is a fragile thread. Here, trust is an illusion. It is in this unforgiving realm that we meet Matilda, the youngest goddess of her clan, born in fire's glow. Her gift is messenger magic. She carries letters and words between realms. A humble talent in a world where gods crave power and blood. But Matilda is not what she seems. She holds a secret, a truth she cannot share, not even with her closest allies. A secret that could keep her alive or destroy her completely. And though she plays the part of dutiful messenger, her heart drifts elsewhere. In her dreams of a mortal boy, a boy who sees her not as a goddess, but simply as a girl. His name is Vincent of Beckett. Before he became Lord of the River, before he hardened into a man of steel, he was a boy standing in darkness, alone, desperate. And in that night of despair, he called out, not to priests, not to mortals, but to a goddess in his dreams. That goddess was Matilda. Through the veil of dreams, he begged her for help, for light, for hope. And though she wanted to answer, she could not. Her secret weighed heavily. Her silence was her only shield. So his plea went unanswered. The boy waited. I hope so. And when nothing came, hope turned to ash. Years passed. The boy became a man, hardened, irreverent, a lord who trusted no god, no prayer, no dream. And Matilda? She faded from memory. Or so he thought. 10 years later, fate struck. Vincent's carefully ordered life is broken in a single night, when Matilda comes tumbling through his bedroom window. Not a vision, not a dream, but real, flesh and blood. And in her hand, a letter. For him, the shock is overwhelming. The goddess he once begged for help. The dream friend who abandoned him. Now standing in his chamber, uninvited, unwanted, undeniable. Matilda, for her part, is no less shaken. Every step she takes is dangerous. Her mission as messenger demands secrecy. But now she is face to face with the boy she once knew. The man who now looks at her with scars of bitterness, with disbelief, with anger. And yet, between them lingers something else. Something fragile. Something unbroken. The bond of destiny. As their connection rekindles, Matilda's secret grows harder to hide. In this world, gods kill each other to seize power. Every whisper, every truth is a weapon. And what Matilda carries inside could doom her. Could doom Vincent. For Vincent, the struggle is different. His heart has been shielded by walls of iron. To let her in, to care again, is to risk breaking. But fate demands sacrifice. For Matilda, the sacrifice may be her magic. For Vincent, his guarded heart. And together, they may risk everything. Because love, in a land of ruthless gods, is the most dangerous act of all. At its heart, Wild Reverence is not just about gods and mortals. It is about love. Love as rebellion. Matilda must risk the one thing she fears most, to be vulnerable, to be seen, to be loved. Vincent must risk the one thing he swore never to offer again: trust. Together, they face not just enemies. They face tradition, fate, the very order of their world. And through it all, Rebecca Ross asks us one question: what if true love is more divine than any god? So in the end, we are left with a goddess who dares to carry not just letters, but her heart. A mortal who learns that even gods falter and even mortals can heal. And a love that defies blood, destiny, and the very gods themselves. Rebecca Ross's Wild Reverence is a story of secrets, sacrifice, and the courage to be vulnerable. A reminder that sometimes the most divine act is not power, but love. Because love is the only magic worth dying for.